Hey there, YouTube family. This is the follow-up to yesterday's cliffhanger on 10 cryptos that might be setting up for big moves in the coming months. The catalyst behind this potential move is some big changes that are going on in China. The SFC, that's their version of the SEC, has worked with some crypto exchanges to begin to put in place the groundwork for trading some popular cryptos. 10 cryptos that are on their short list of potential approved cryptos that could be getting rolled out to the rest of China. There's a lot of money sitting on the sidelines because of the long COVID lockdown that the Chinese people were under. And if this does get opened up to the retail market, it could mean that a lot of cryptos are going to take off. The last video, I covered 5 of them. I covered Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, DOT, and Bitcoin Cash. Go check out that video for more details on those coins. But today we're covering some of the more popular ones. I'm going to be talking to you guys about Solana, ADA, AVAX, Polygon, and Chainlink. Plus, I'm throwing in a meme coin that's looking like it's getting ready to set up for a big move. This is going to be a great video. Quick overview of what's going on today in the market. First of all, Bitcoin is coming down to that very, very sensitive and critical level of 25,500. Now, it came down there, it touched it, and it's begun to move up. I want to see Bitcoin today close at 26,500. That's not an unrealistic move. If it stayed flat, then it needs to take off like a rocket tomorrow and move up to 26,500. We need to keep a close eye on Bitcoin because it's like the tide. It'll lift or drop all of the boats. Then let's talk about Tesla. It absolutely took off today. And in the last time I covered it, I said there is the possibility that it could come back to support at $211, but it could just as easily pop to $220, and that's what it did this morning. I mentioned to you guys that I had sold my call options, but I was holding on to my shares. And I thought that this was a perfect lesson to the intro to the last video, which was that we have to hold on to our winners. I cannot tell you how tempting it was for me to just cash in at 217 when it hit that number on Friday, but my conviction has been on Tesla that we're going to get to 228. And if you've watched my videos, that's the price target that I've been throwing out, 225 to 228. And so I just didn't want to presume and get out of my winner too soon. And you guys can see that it's paid off and it's given me a lot more confidence that we could be pushing up to that 225, 228 level. So like I said the other day, we all struggle with the exact same emotions behind trading. We want to lock in our profits, and sometimes we just don't hold on to our winners long enough. And then we do sometimes hold on to losers way too long. Here with this move on Tesla, it was a perfect example of that. And then the SQQQ, which is really the other side of the coin, that I got stopped out. It came below, and I can't tell you how tempted I was because I do believe that there's a pullback possible in these markets and very likely. It was so tempting to turn my stop loss off, so tempting. But I held to my convictions. I let my shares go. I've absorbed a loss there, but I've taken that money and I'm going to roll it into some call options going over the next couple of days while hoping that we get a confirmation of that pullback. I did say in a previous video, and one of the reasons why I was really sticking to my guns on SQQQ of letting it go is that Apple is looking to make its move to an all-time high. And it's not until my Apple number gets hit, and if you remember, that's $189. It's not until that gets hit that I'm going to feel extremely confident with the SQQQ trade. We see over there, Google's setting up for a move. It's moved back above 126. A lot of the big tech names are still pushing to their final push up. And again, you don't want to let these runners go too early. Quick station break. If you're looking for better trade tools, check out the link in the top pinned comment for the moomoo investment app. If you put in just $100, they're going to give it right back to you as a $100 cash coupon. So you literally put in a $100 deposit and they turn around and give you $100. So that means you're going to end up with $200 in your account, which is amazing. Plus you've got free stock. Plus they're giving away an extra bonus AI stock. Click on the link to get all of the details. This is a pretty good offer from them right now. All right, the first crypto that we're going to cover today is an extremely popular one. So many people got on board the momentum of the move on Solana, ticker SOL. This was the preferred blockchain for NFT developers. They loved the language, they loved the community, and when NFTs were blowing up in the last bull run, they all gravitated over to the Solana blockchain. Since then, though, from its all-time high of $260, it dropped all the way to its local low of $10. That was a 97% drop. And that was a bigger drop than most altcoins will hit. The average altcoin drop should only be around 90%. The meme coins, 95%, which means that Solana surpassed all of the alts and the meme coins for the worst performance, dropping 97%. I'm not saying it was the worst performing coin. It was the worst performing larger cap coin out there, that out of the top 10. A huge concern. So what exactly happened? Well, we know that it was tied to the FTX drama. We know that they played a major and critical role in manipulating the price up. And so that caused a lot of people to speculate whether or not this was really a legitimate project or whether it was embroiled in some sort of scammery, right? So after their news about their connection with FTX came out, the coin dropped an additional 60%. It dropped from $33 all the way down to $12. And after it hit $12 over the next week, it bled off all the way down to $10. Then a reversal story came about, surprisingly and to everybody's shock, after a lot of people thought it was dead, and I personally thought it was dead and was going down to the grave. They had a comeback story. Out of nowhere, Google dropped millions of dollars and made a major stake in position in Solana. And there was even rumor and speculation Google was going to acquire the blockchain and give it essentially unlimited funding, meaning that it could just go right to the moon, or who knows where the price could go. The other thing that their buy-in did is it established a clear bottom, a safe zone of value. People could say that they did their due diligence, and if they bought in at $10, that was the right price floor for Solana moving forward. And immediately Solana skyrocketed all the way to $27. This was a 70% move to the upside, and it injected all of the faithful Solana holders with a big dose of hopium for the future. Now, as far as the speculation of Google's long-term investment into Solana, I can't really speak to that or to the legitimacy of that, but what I can tell you is that they did confirm that they were incorporating Solana into Google's cloud as well as Google Pay, which was enough to keep the market interested in Solana and sort of redeem this potentially dying project. But since that spike up to $27, it has been slowly moving down from there, and we're all the way back to $20. And people are beginning to get a little bit concerned, hoping that that big run up is not the end and that we're going to continue to move up on Solana. So what do the technicals tell us about that? Well, the RSI is in bear zone. We do not have a confirmation breakout, so we've got to keep that into consideration. However, on a lot of these big crypto projects, there's something called bullish divergence forming on the RSI, which typically precedes a move to the upside. It means that the momentum of selling and the momentum of selling pressure is going away, and there's beginning to emerge a little bit more of a buying momentum behind each of these crypto plays. So yes, Solana has that bullish divergence, which looks good. The biggest compliment that I can give to the Solana blockchain is that the guys who are leading Solana, these guys are hustlers. I would give them a 10 out of 10 for messaging and coming up with creative ideas that engage the audience and continue to excite investors. I believe that they're probably going to continue to do that. We're in a good spot right now. And when Google made that news announcement of investing into Solana, I had sold all of mine when it was capitulating after the FTX drama because I was just disgusted with FTX and anything they touched. But I've begun to slowly dollar cost average into it. I'm not loading the boat on Solana, but I have been buying ever since that turnaround news story, and I'm going to continue to buy them. We don't have great confirmation. It has been a damaged project, but it absolutely looks like it's emerging out of the bear winter, and it will have a move up in the next bull run. But what would that move up look like? Well, let me give you guys some predictions for that. These are the price points that I've identified that I'm keeping my eye on. I'm first looking for a move back to $32. I think above that, there's resistance at $46, and above that, and it would not surprise me if by March of 2024, it would at least hit $68. Now, my view is that those are conservative numbers for Solana. The main thing is that I'm going to tell you guys today, if I had to make a decision about Solana right now, I do not believe that Solana is dead. I do believe that it's alive and well. It's not as strong as every other crypto project, but it's moving forward, and that's why I'm slowly reaccumulating. All right, let's get into a project that you guys know that I've got a lot of and that I like and that I'm bullish on. I've been swing trading this one. It's Cardano, ticker ADA. I've got to tell you guys a true story about my trading of Cardano. When it ran up, it hit an all-time high of right around $3.11. And this you can verify. You can go over on Larry's page and ask him. I told him and my other buddy and my son, I said, I'm selling this at $3.10. That's before it ran up. It was around $2.80. I said, guys, the top for Cardano is going to be $3.10, and I'm going to sell it right there. And guys, that's exactly the top. It was within a penny of that. I used very simple fib technicals to come up with that price point. At that particular time, my son, whose name is Judah, his largest position was in ADA, right? And he was a big ADA lover and an ADA enthusiast. I would actually refer to him as an ADA guru. He was following BitBoy. And at that time, BitBoy was coming out every day when ADA was bullish. And he was saying, guys, this is going to hit $10. Now, him and I had these intense debates about how high ADA could go. And I made a point to him at between $9 and $11, ADA would be the exact size as Ethereum in its price. And I told him, I said, it's not possible that during this bull run, we're going to imagine that somehow ADA is just going to surpass Ethereum when it has nowhere near the amount of users and developers as Ethereum does. And that's the only way that it could get to $10. And it would be like believing it the same way that Ethereum was instantaneously going to surpass Bitcoin. I didn't see it happening. I told him, I said, 310 is when I'm going to sell. It hit 310 and it sold off. That was the very, very top. And I just want you guys to keep that in mind. You've got to look at market cap when you're considering where these can go. And some influencers are really not looking at any of the technicals. I don't know where they're coming up with their numbers. It's just sort of hype and enthusiasm. So I'm going to give you guys some future predictions as to where ADA can go. It doesn't mean that these couldn't change. I will update you guys many times on ADA, but this is what I see today. All right, let's just kind of review what's happened so far. Its lowest low was 23 cents. That was a 90% drop from the penny. Very typical for a solid altcoin. It's great when you see them get to 89% down or 90% and not further. That shows a little bit of relative strength. Remember how far Solana dropped. All right, the fib levels that I'm looking at for the future price prediction that I would give you is going to be between the 1.6 level and the 2.6 level, which would basically mean that this could hit between $4 and $6.60 in the future if it did something similar to what it's done in the last two cycles. Guys, in the 2018 cycle, Cardano was just 3 cents. And at that time, it ran from 3 cents all the way up to $3.11. So just so you know, that was a 10,000% increase. Now, I'm going to break down what the increase would be if it ran from its current low of 23 cents up to the price points that I gave you, and you'll see that they're quite realistic. I'm not expecting a 10,000% move. I'm expecting a 2,700% move because the move is going to slow down, but I think it would be 2,700% would get us to $6.60. Now that is on the high end. That's only a 1/3 percentage move of its previous move. Now, currently, I'm still expecting Cardano, if we get a breakout here with Bitcoin, I am expecting Cardano, perhaps by March of 2024, to be 90 cents. In the interim, I think that if Bitcoin gets to 34, 35K in the coming month, I believe that Cardano could get north of 50 cents. Cardano has a level 2 called Hydra, and this has fully been upgraded at this point, and it allows Cardano to do potentially, they say, 1 million transactions per second. This is a scaling solution for Cardano, the way Matic, Arbitrum, and Optimism are scaling solutions for Ethereum. So again, these guys are in a competition, a head-to-head competition, trying to beat Ethereum. That's what Cardano's trying to do. They're trying to become that bigger internet of blockchains. And one of the reasons why they're still in the fight is that they are hard workers. They're continuously releasing development, new development, and I'm going to go into a future video at another time, and I'm going to break down this Hydra coin as well as ADA and break down a little bit more about why these guys should be taken seriously as a threat to Ethereum. And I'll give you a sneak peek on some prediction for Hydra coin that's trading right now at $1.30. It absolutely realistically could get to $84. It's those new coins that have the biggest potential for run-up. These other 10 coins that I'm talking about, these are more stable and safer investments, especially since they're down on their winter lows. But it's those riskier coins that could actually have the biggest move up. Hydra's one of them. I'm going to break that down in a future video. All right, let's get into Avalanche, ticker AVAX, AVAX. Guys, this launched in 2017 and its ICO was near $5 in 2020. Then it ran up to 150 bucks, and in recent days it dropped near to $10. That was a 93% drop. It's had a little bit of a tougher bear winter, but these guys are steadily working towards the next bull run, and they recently launched a technology that they call evergreen subnets. Founding director Eamon Goon said about these evergreen subnets that they're the next big thing for blockchain after smart contracts. I believe that he's absolutely right about that. So these guys are bringing a new technology forward that the market absolutely will latch onto. Let's get into the technicals. If we simply look at a fib prediction, a 1.6 level, that would give us an AVAX of $230. If we went to the 2.6 fib level, that would give us an AVAX of $363. Those are some very nice gains. My ultra conservative March of 2024 price prediction is around $68, which would be a 389% gain. So if you asked my personal opinion, I actually think there's more risk in Avalanche than some of the other cryptos that I'm talking about. But what that additional risk often can give is the opportunity for a much bigger move to the upside. All right, the next crypto project I'm gonna get into is Polygon Matic. You know I love Matic. In the comments section, people are like, Josh, why aren't you talking about Matic? Have you given up on Matic? No, Matic's gonna be a great coin. We're down on our lows on Matic. And whenever you get down on your lows, it causes you to be nervous. If you're not nervous about your Matic position, you should be, because if we broke those lows, very similar to Bitcoin, it would tell us that there's something much worse going on. Now, I have no reason to believe that Bitcoin will break down. Neither do I have the reason to believe that Matic will break down. This could be literally today the very, very best time to take a position in Matic. It's down on its lows. So let's go over the technicals a little bit. Matic hit an all-time high of $2.92, and it came down 90%. That's the typical altcoin dip, all the way down to 31 cents. But out of all the coins in this top 10, it spent the least amount of time down on its lows. It hit 31 cents and it absolutely went higher. Matter of fact, it popped 400%. It was one of these coins that just sort of defied gravity and defied the bear winter. It went down to its 90% and then bam, 400% up. It went all the way to around $1.55, which was a massive gain. If you follow this page, you know that I literally predicted every single price point exactly, even down to saying that it was going to get right to $1.55. It hit that to the penny and it's since pulled back. One of the reasons it's been pulling back is because Arbitrum came online. That's a coin that I shared with you guys. It's a competitor to Matic. It's another level 2. And I'm going to tell you guys that people are investing and building on Arbitrum with the same amount of excitement as they've been building on Matic. So Arbitrum and Optimism are all level 2s, and they're all going to be probably bangers in the next bull run, and you need to keep an eye on them. So I'm going to tell you what I've done with mine. This is not a suggestion for what you guys should do with your money. I stopped buying Matic because I have a ton of it. I'm well invested. I got a lot of it. And I've begun to convert the money that I'd been previously putting into Matic. I'm beginning to build my Arbitrum and my Optimism bags. I'm happy to do that. But like I said, right now, Matic is down on its lowest low on a technical level and probably is an ideal place to buy. I will probably pick up a little bit more simply because it's got such a good sale price right now. If you ask me why, Josh, has it come down to the 88 cent range, I'm going to largely tell you it's because of profit taking. You're never going to get something that's going to go up 400% and it's not going to suffer some profit taking. And that's normal and healthy. That profit taking gets done by the big whales, and then eventually it comes back to a place. They turn right around and they load up even more money into that. That's what we'd like to see happen with Matic. So my March of 2024 price prediction is $2.30, which would just be an absolutely massive gain from where it's currently sitting. And the bull run price that I'm going to give you guys, and this is just a conservative price. You're going to hear a lot of people that are going to tell you 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 bucks. I'm just going to give you guys a conservative fib-based price prediction, which would put Matic to between $4 and $6, which would be a really big gain. And if you were to buy it now and you got to $6, you should be taking some profit on at least half of it. Let the rest ride, see how far it goes. But you know that we've got to be profit takers in the future. All right, let's get into Chainlink. These guys have been called the Oracle of blockchains. They really support the back end and they connect blockchains to each other. And absolutely absolutely integral part of the future. But I'm going to tell you guys that Chainlink has been super sleepy in the technicals. I'm going to go over that with you. And a lot of people, when things begin to slow down and there's not much price action, people begin to walk away. It becomes less interesting. Oftentimes, that's the exact time that you need to be paying attention to make the big bucks. Let me break it down for you guys. Chainlink hit its highest high of around $55. Then it fell all the way down to $5.25. It's currently sitting at $6. So we're really still at the lows with very little movement up since. That is only, though, a 90% drop. So if you compare it to projects like Solana, yet again, it's outperforming. It just hit that typical range. It's close to that typical low, and this could be an ideal place to buy it. Like I said, it's got very flat, tight price consolidation. But if you dig into the technicals, that's where you begin to see things like bullish divergence on the RSI. Absolutely has bullish divergence. And if you go over to the Bollinger Bands, it looks like a cannon. Whenever you see the Bollinger Bands tighten up, it means that there's going to be an explosive move coming soon. So even though this has shown low relative strength in the crypto winter, and it's been very unexciting, in the background, the technicals are building. And I think that if this thing were to wake up, it would really just pop to $12 very easily. And my price prediction, my ultra conservative price prediction for March of 2024 would be $20. I think Chainlink could absolutely get back to $20. That again would be a 250% gain, which is really hard to come by in the stock market. So this was on China's list. This is on my list. It's been a little bit boring, but they're always boring until they break out, which Chainlink, the technicals are pointing to a potential move soon. All right, now for the exciting stuff. It's the meme coin that technically is absolutely heating up. I actually feel that some of you guys will be excited about me sharing technicals on this meme coin. Some of you are gonna be disappointed because you were looking for a mystery coin or a hidden coin. This isn't. This is a super popular one, but the technicals, if you can see them with my eyes, you actually see that the technicals are extremely exciting about Dogecoin. Yes, Dogecoin is looking really, really good, and I think it's getting ready for a massive move up. And I'm gonna tell you guys about those percentages that it could gain. It's something not to sleep on. Okay, so technically it's the same group of technicals. The RSI has showing good bullish divergence. The price action is getting very narrow and tight. That's an extremely important indicator. And then you look at the Bollinger Bands and it's set up like a cannon, guys, with really tight compression. Now I want you to look at this channel that I've identified and drawn. The top of the channel is 11 cents. In addition to that, the visible range volume profile also shows low resistance to 11 cents, which means there's a nice clear path for it to get there. It's currently sitting at around 7 cents. Now, this could easily pull back to 0.064. It could pull back half a penny, but I do expect it to jump to 10 to 11 cents, which is an 80% move up. Now, that's something in my mind to get excited about the potential. All right, final thoughts. I was gonna talk about Quant and BNB today, but it's just too much for one video. I'm gonna cover that in a future video, give it more attention. Particularly, both of them are very interesting. There's tons of politics behind BNB that causes you some concern and some excitement. Then you got Quant. It's just a great project, and I'm excited to be loading up on it. But some of the news stories there I think would be exciting to you guys, so I want to share those. In regards to crypto in general, I'm going to be honest. When I go into these charts and I look very closely at each and every one of these projects, which I don't do every day, on a number of these, I got excited and I started pulling out my wallet and I started buying. You know, there's always this massive risk in any of these decisions. You know, you've got to hedge your excitement with your position size. I tell you guys that all the time. Don't go all in on Doge. Don't go all in on any of these, regardless of the potential. Because again, the advice I gave at the beginning of the last video is that if you can't sleep at night, if your trade is making you anxious, there's one reason and one reason only. It's your position size. So put in money that you can be okay with, even if it doesn't go the direction that you're expecting it to go. But I will tell you that I've dropped money and I'm going to drop some more money based on my own technicals on coins in this top 10. Tomorrow I'm traveling to New York, and then on Wednesday it's going to be the big meet and greet day for a lot of you guys. I'm so excited about that. I'm stoked to see you guys. I've actually been thinking about the content that I'm going to deliver on that day, and it's going to be very much from my heart, and I think it's going to be very helpful to a lot of people. So I look forward to joining you guys there in New York very, very soon. I will say, you guys, have some grace for me when I travel. It's a little bit more difficult to do videos. I probably will do less videos, but the videos that I take the time to do, I think will be important. It's going to be giving you guys the things that I think are most important going on in the market. As always, I just want to thank all of you guys for hitting the like. I get a ton of love from you guys on YouTube, and I'll be honest, I love it. I live off those likes and the thoughtful comments that you guys give me. I appreciate all the new subscribers that are joining the community. Thank you guys for subscribing. As always, peace and blessings to you guys. Talk to you soon.